Hi guys, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for life advice with a metaphysical twist. Ask Allie is the longest metaphysical podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others since 2005. Today is Monday, July 31st, 2017. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. Show your love and support the podcast. Get some perks in return. Go to AskAlliePodcast.com. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it on iTunes and here on YouTube. And yes, you heard me correctly. After 13 years of this being an audio-only podcast, I have decided to put it on YouTube as a video and audio on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. So hi. For those of you on YouTube, you're probably just catching me for the first time. I thought I should give you a short intro of me. I do this at my house. It is not edited. What happens here is what happens. That's the way my podcast has always been. If cats run in and knock things over and I start cussing up a storm, you're going to hear it. Somebody comes to the door, you're going to hear it. It's just the way I've always been. I like to think of the podcast as you and I sitting down and having a cup of coffee and just chatting. Life happens all around us, and I think it's kind of silly to edit it out. If you're annoyed by the sounds of all the animals I have in the house and the child who happens to still be sleeping, he's 17, he's not that small, he's still sleeping, what can I tell you? Then I'm just not your chick to watch or listen to. You just, I guess, have to move on, and best of luck to you. And things about me, I tell things like it is. I always have. I rarely ever wear makeup. It's got to be a really big occasion for me to do so and to dress up. I'm just me, and I'm not going to pretend to be somebody different when I'm on camera or talking just audio. It's not me. What you see is what you get, and if you don't like what you see, again, move on. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know how else to put it. I have been doing readings. I turned 50 this year. I've been doing readings for other people since I was in my teens. I started with my friends at high school and branched out from that. I have several websites. OutofBodyEcstasy.com is all about out-of-body sex, telepathic sex, astral sex, dream sex. It's about energy healing, soulmates, twin flames. That's all on that site, as well as my intuitive readings and my energy healing services that I offer. If you'd like to support the podcast, I will put the information in the show's notes below. Over on Patreon, if you support the podcast, you get some perks. I think it's kind of fun. And yeah, what else do I have to tell you? Not a whole heck of a lot. I do this on Mondays, so expect to see my smiling little face on Mondays. And that's all I got. That's all I got. So, what else we got to talk about? Mercury Retrograde, yes, coming up August 12th. It goes till September 5th. Now, Mercury Retrograde, you don't want to sign any contracts. You don't want to do any major things during that time. But Mercury Retrograde isn't necessarily a bad period. It's a good time to plan. It's a good time to get your ducks in a row. If travel can be interrupted, but again, if you plan ahead for it, you're fine. I don't think Mercury Retrograde is as bad as people say it is. However, it does screw up computers and communication software. You shouldn't sign any contracts and whatnot. But I have a lot of planning to do over the next several weeks. The eclipse, a solar eclipse, right? Yeah, solar eclipse coming up on the 21st, which just so happens to be the first day back to school. And if you didn't know, of course, if you're watching YouTube, you probably don't, I drive a big yellow bus full of screaming banshees. Yes, I am a school bus driver. And wouldn't you know it, first day of school is the 21st with the eclipse, and I will be in the big Chatterbox Express full of screaming banshees when the eclipse happens. I have to make sure, tell the kids, do not look at the sun. but they're all elementary kids. So let's pray they listen to me, okay? What else is going on? Speaking of school starting, when school starts, I don't do any more podcast specials. I do not do any specials on Facebook. They're all gone until the following summer. I get too busy when school's in session, and I'm planning to do some classes online, and I have a lot of other things going on, so specials is going to go by the wayside at least until next summer. So if you hear something you like about the podcast special that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, then I suggest you grab it, because you won't have the opportunity to until next year, at least at this price. You can go online to Out of Body Ecstasy and grab it, but it's not at this price. So just keep that in mind. What else? That's it. Oh, don't forget, I do have the, doing in my head. I do have the metaphysical Instagram account, Soul Terrific. So if you go there, you'll get my daily updates of out-of-body ecstasy, soulmates, and an energy tip of the day. Soul Terrific. Like your soul is terrific at Instagram. All right. And I think we are up to, I am switching back to doing the cards for you guys, for the overview of the week. And Joshua and Selena who are my guides that I would channel for the podcast for people. Joshua and Selena, I am reserving those two at their request for the people who support the podcast. So I do a little video talk before I start to tape the podcast. And in that segment with those guys, that's when I give messages from Joshua and Selena. So, and I do believe, because they just said it, and I'll have to remember this for next week, they want me to have a list of everybody who supports the podcast, and I give each person a certain shout out from Joshua and Selena every week. Yes, that is so smart, guys. It's so smart. If you would like to support the podcast and get in on that, just go to AskAlliePodcast.com and scroll down. All the perks are there on the side. You support the podcast, I give you things in return. It's a win-win. And hey, you never know. If I get enough supporters, I might actually get a backdrop. Good God. Just think of that. You won't have a plain background to look at. Of course, if I had my office and it wasn't full of boxes and other things, and I had a desk other than this table, then I'd still have a white backdrop because the room is white. I still need something. Well, let's see here. I am using, to let you know, the Native Spirit Oracle card deck here by Denise Lynn. What I do is I pull 3 cards, and it gives you an overview of the week. Now, everything I say probably will not pertain to everybody who is listening / watching. It's impossible. It really is. So when I say things, it may or may not happen. But the energy is out there, and each person is unique. So the energy will not affect 2 people exactly the same way. Okay? Let's just keep that in mind. All right. So let's see what kind of cards we got going here. What kind of cards do we get for the week? Let's find out. We have card number 1. And we have card number 2. And hello, sweet pea. We have card number 3. Let's see what we got. Oh, nice. Really? I think we did good this week, guys. We got a good week coming up. First one here is answering the call. How you like that rainbow back there? I love that rainbow. Answering the call is just that. You are going to get moved. You're going to get pulled, maybe a little voice in your ear or whatnot, trying to get you to go where you need to go by answering your call. And answering the call is all about going down the path you're supposed to be traveling down. We all have a path we're supposed to be following in this life. And as humans, well, we are a stubborn lot, and we tend to We tend to go every other path we're to travel except for the path we're actually supposed to be going down, because who's going to tell us what to do, right? Well, the universe is going to give you a chance to answer the call. Pay attention for it, okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the answer to the call is going to be some big revelation and you're going to go start a charity and help the homeless. It may be that, but it's not necessarily that. It could be nice. That's what I'm talking about. Sweet Pea. Oscar, there she goes. Sweet Pea is Oscar's mother, and she hates him. I got no comment. It could be as simple as you're answering the call, helping somebody out with their groceries one day, or stopping in and checking in on a neighbor, or maybe picking up the phone and actually making a call. But there will be something you'll be drawn to do this week. Don't fight it, just do it. Remember that, Nike? Just do it. This is it. Okay. Ancient Forest is the next one. Now, Ancient Forest, I think this is just so pretty. Ancient Forest, don't you? Look at that green. Of course, you can't really tell because of the glare. But it's a very deep emerald green. And green to me means two things. It means prosperity, and it also means the heart chakra. It means deep love. And ancient forest, anything ancient, has roots that go incredibly deep and have held on for centuries. So there is going to be some sort of deep-rooted love that's going to make an appearance in your life. It doesn't necessarily mean it's romantic, but it's something that you hold dear, and it's something that really goes down to the roots of your soul. It could be one of your soulmates. It could be the twin flame. It could be a family member, a best friend from high school. But whomever it is, whomever is making this appearance, their roots really go down to your soul, as your roots go down to their soul. So it is a very close connection, although that connection may not have been explored yet in this current life. Okay, and in an ancient forest, there's a lot of ancient wisdom too, things that bubble to the surface. Pay attention. Things that tend to bubble to the surface come out in dreams. So pay attention to those dreams. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, we have Spirit Keeper of the West. And I cannot wait to move to California in 2 years. Speaking of West. Spirit Keeper of the West is all about creativity. It's about getting what's in there out. It could mean writing. It could mean filming a short film, writing a book, writing a blog post, writing a Facebook update, something. But you are inspired to go forth creatively. And whatever comes out, it's going to be spectacular. Now let's think about these three cards again real fast. We have answering the call, so you're going to be answering some sort of pull to your path, right? And then we have Ancient Forest, which is ancient wisdom, along with a rooted connection to another soul. Answering the call, rooted connection to another soul, ancient wisdom, and then we have creativity. So it could be, for somebody, you're answering the call is looking within your heart chakra, the energy, and finding those who you're connected the closest with, and then maybe writing about them. That's how I personally put it together. But you may interpret the three differently, which is something else I need to note. For those of you who get card readings from people and who watch these shows where we put out cards and we tell you what's going on and whatnot, no two card readers or intuitives will look at cards the same way. We just don't. When we look at a card, we see images, we hear things, we could hear things, we could sense things, and we take those feelings, those senses, those words, pictures, and we filter it through our life experience. It would be fantastic if we didn't, if we could keep it outside of who we are. But I don't know of anyone who can actually do that. And I'm never going to pretend that I can. So when I say creativity, I automatically go to writing because I write. I have book 7 coming out soon about the deep soulful connections. So when I look at this, I filter it through my life experience. Now I know answering the call, that could be anything for anybody. An ancient forest, deep soul connection, the green is what gets you with the deep soul connection. It's the heart chakra, it's love, it's wisdom. And I know the West is all about creativity. You could be a sculptor. You could be a fantastic cook. You could be an interior decorator. You could take photographs, be a photographer, graphic design, web design. Different readers will look at creativity different ways. Okay, so that is the outlook for the week. And if you are listening to the podcast and you don't know what the pictures look like for the cards, again, this is Native Spirit, Denise Lynn. Google answering the call, Ancient Forest, and Spirit Keeper of the West. If what the cards look like mean that much to you, you now have a video. You now have a video. Please refer to it, and you will know more about those cards. All right. So moving on. What's coming up next? The question and answer of the week. Now I do this. People go to the AskAlliePodcast.com. You scroll down. You can submit something, your question for free answer here on the podcast. Now, for those of you who support the podcast, your questions are automatically answered here on the podcast. If you are a listener and do not support the podcast, but you listen, and thank you for listening, then those are drawn by random. So there's not a 100% guarantee that it will be drawn. However, since hardly anybody ever seems to take me up on my offer, this podcast the podcast on iTunes alone gets about 100,000 downloads a month, give or take, and nobody takes me up on the offer. I don't understand why. Free is good. Free is excellent. Why not take a chance and submit your question? This doesn't make any sense to me, but there you go. So this week it is from, and I forgot to mention, those who submit a question to be included in the Ask Allie podcast have a chance to win a free reading from yours truly. So you, me, a reading. It's not on a podcast. It's just us, and we talk about stuff. I think that's pretty good. So submit your question. Get a chance to win. Okay, so this is from C, and they want to know, why does T treat me like crap? Well, and forgive me for being harsh, T treats you like crap because you allow T to treat you like crap. People treat us the way we allow them to treat us. And if you do not like the way T treats you, and you've mentioned it, and I hope you have, I don't think you have, but you should, and if T does not change the way it treats you, then you walk away. Because let me tell you, love, while it's not a piece of cake, it doesn't go, smooth sailing all the time. It's not all sunshine and roses and chocolate. It's not. It's just not. Love should not hurt this much. The person who claims that they love you should not be trying to tear you down, should not be trying to ignore you, should not be putting you 5th, 6th, 7th on his list of priorities. It doesn't work that way. When somebody treats you like this, you walk away. I don't care if you're married to him. I don't care if he's your baby's father. I don't care. If someone is that rotten to you, you walk away. Same thing with guys. Guys, you got some lady who's treating you like complete crap, walk away. Your partner is supposed to support you. They're supposed to help you out. They're supposed to lift you up and contribute to your life, not take away. If somebody is that rotten, you need to give them the boot. That's simple. C, you and T do not belong together. It's really obvious to everybody but you. And I don't think it's obvious to you because you haven't allowed yourself. You haven't allowed yourself to take a look. You've allowed T to tear you down so much that you do not realize how fucking fabulous you really are. Seriously. My first husband was like that. Of course, so was my second. Well, yeah, they both were. They both were. And which is why I have been happily single for 10 years. I divorced both of them. I'm the one who initiated both because I realized both times they're not my cheerleader. I'm trying to cheerlead them, but they won't cheerlead me. And it's got to go both ways. So there's a lot more besides that, but they both had a habit of tearing me down on a regular basis until I got to a point where I didn't really think too highly of myself, and that was just silly because I'm pretty cool and you're pretty cool, right? Excuse the cat who's meowing in the background. Little Black Kitty! That is literally his name, and the only name he'd ever answer to. Little BK! Hey! I hate when he meows like that. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's not Alex. Alex is right there. There's a lot of cats in this house. Sometimes it takes some doing to figure out who's doing what. Anyway, see, thank you for sending in your question. Remember, if you too would like to send in your question to be included in an upcoming podcast, please visit AskAlliePodcast.com, scroll down, and there you go. And while you're there, if you want to support the podcast, hey, I am all for it. I welcome you with open arms. $1 a month makes a world of difference, trust me. All right, so moving on. Moving on. What are we? Oh, we're going for the topic now. The topic of the week. Oh, I got up too early. Little Black Kitty! Come here. Come here. What are you doing? What's the matter? What's the matter? He's got the meow like something on him hurts. I have a yellow lab named Gimli. Hope I didn't say his name. Hey! None of that! This is normal. Stop! Oscar? Come here, sweet pea. Come here, honey. This is why she hates him. He doesn't leave her alone. All right, so I have a big dog named Gimli. He's a yellow lab, about 105 pounds or so. Anyways, LBK got too close to the rawhide, and Gimli just took LBK up and shook him like a rag doll. Thought for sure he killed him. He didn't. He damaged him pretty well, his nerves, but somehow he walks. We also call him Casanova as our nickname for him. He loves on the ladies. So, don't. Oh, for God's sakes. Out. Really, sweet pea? Really? There he goes again. All right, we're never going to get through this if I don't block them. So, topic of the week. What inspires your action? When you take action, what inspires it? Let's think about this. Have you ever embarked on a path and you've encountered roadblock after roadblock? I mean, it just gets thrown up there. Boom, boom. No matter what you do, you keep slamming into walls. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing to achieve your goals on this path. But no matter what you do, you still cannot achieve what you set out to do. Just take a moment and reflect on how that made you feel, or how it makes you feel if it's going on right now. I'm reflecting as well. Okay. Got that? Now, feel back to a time where you embarked on a path and it was easy. Not easy peasy, you didn't have an easy button, but it was easy. Opportunities presented themselves when they should. The right people arrived when you needed them, and you moved down the path, and you achieved your goals along the way. Take a moment, and if this has ever happened to you, reflect on how it made you feel. Good stuff, right? There is a definite difference between the two. There is a big difference. The first path is ego-inspired. The second path is heart-inspired. When your focus is how you can benefit from something, you're serving your ego. When your focus is on how you can serve, you're serving your heart. Right? Does it make sense? When you allow inspiration and intuition to flow freely through you, the steps you take from that inspiration makes you an unstoppable force of good. Actions from the heart allow you to reach your goals. Right? Inspiration comes from within. The inspiration does not come from advertisements or from what you see on Facebook. So the next time you set down a path to achieve a goal, this can be a new relationship, maybe a new business, maybe putting together an old relationship, family matters, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Pay attention to where the inspiration came from. That way you will know what to expect on your path as you move forward. Okay? It's just something for you to think about. It is my food for thought for the week. Now, podcast deal of the week. Now, stay with me for this. It's a little long, but it's worth it. This is I call it Energy 180. This is when I step in and I fix the different energy streams for you. Now, there's 8 energy streams that I can step in for you. We have manifestation energy, which is manifestation, passion, desire, survival, and anger. We have sexual energy, which is sexual desire, creativity, well-being, and abundance. We have what I call CEO energy, which is confidence, personal power, self-esteem, and self-worth. Heart energy, love, unity, and peace. Communication energy, which is communication, integrity, will, and speaking your truth. Intuition energy, imagination, intuition, wisdom, and knowledge. Divine energy, which is connecting to your higher powers and guides. And soul energy, connecting to your soul and protection from negativity. Now, each of those energy corresponds with a chakra. Manifestation energy, root chakra, sexual energy, sacral chakra, and so forth and so forth. Now, how it works. You pick which energy you want me to balance out for you, okay? I step in to your energy remotely, and I look at all of your energy streams. I assess all of them. I balance the one that you requested. I write down a report, and I give you what I saw of all of your energy streams and holistic remedies to keep the one I balanced in check. Okay, stones, flowers, essences, essential oils, etc. Okay? After I repair the energy and after you get the PDF, if you'd like to chat to clear some things up, make sure you understand it, then we'll set up, you can do it via email, we can set up a Skype call or something, okay? All that, the energy stream, the PDF, the healing, the chat, all that, $25 per stream. If you want one stream, it's $25. You want 2 streams, it's $50, etc., etc., etc. If it's something you would like to experience, you can send me an email at allietheis, ALLIETHEISS, @yahoo.com, and we can set this up for you. All right? So here we are at the end. Thank you so much for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends. The more people who listen or watch is the more people I hopefully can help have their aha moments. Join me on Facebook or Instagram, and of course you can find this at AskAlliePodcast.com. You guys have yourself a fabulous week, and I will catch you next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.